for Fisher.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. And today I rise to speak of the passing of a great Sunshine Coast servant, Gordon Simpson. Mr Deputy Speaker, Gordon was what we call a man's man. He was strong in his faith, strong in his convictions, and strong in his love for his wife of 64 years, Norma, their children, Bruce, Helen, Jock and Fiona, and their 8 grandchildren. Gordon was old school, a pragmatist, but one who never, ever lost sight of his principles. Unfortunately, those two virtues are often considered to be mutually exclusive these days. Gordon embodied the old adage, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. He was the state member for Kurura for 15 years between 1974 and 1989 and served as a Minister of the Crown in the great state of Queensland. He was a Minister of the Crown and a member for Kurura in a time when Queensland was great, where as a state there was minimal waste, minimal fuss and minimal bureaucratic nonsense. It was a time when Queensland was an economic powerhouse rather than the economic basket case it has become. It was a time when Queenslanders were proud of their state because we led the nation in competitive federalism and in many pursuits, not just on the football field. While Gordon was a committed National Party man, he saw the value in the amalgamation of the Liberal and National parties, and he supported that merger, just as he continued to support Fiona, his daughter, throughout her political career, which would ultimately see her rise to the heights of Speaker of the Legislative Assembly. Mr Deputy Speaker, the Sunshine Coast commemorated Gordon's life on Monday with a public memorial service. Unfortunately, because Parliament was sitting, I was unable to be there. Gordon moved to the Sunshine Coast with his young family from country Victoria in 1969. He was a legendary pioneer of the Sunshine Coast, and just one example was that he, in his first maiden speech, talked about how good it would be to have our own Sunshine Coast University, a university that has now graduated almost 20,000 students, life-changing for them and their families. I'm very proud to be a part of the LNP and a party that Gordon helped shape the future in this state.